Hello there and welcome back. We've got yet another 1v1 with yours truly playing as, once again, the Chinese, trying to make the Civ work. Against our opponent in red, Lukovsky? Don't know if I'm saying that right, but I'm just going to call him the red player playing Mongols. Formidable opponent, for sure. I think these are two Civs that players tend to pick when they want to win. Chinese obviously have a very good win rate at the higher elos, and is largely considered the most OP Civ in the game at the current moment. Well, at least by pros. Maybe not lower level players. And I guess the shoes may be in a conversation there as well. But Mongols are also very much known for that kind of try-hardness as well. So I'm trying to get the Chinese under my belt, trying to figure out how they play. Mongols are a Civ I personally try not to play too much of, just because I feel like I don't like playing against them, so I don't want to play as them. Chinese, I don't necessarily have that feeling. There's no units that feel very unfair to me from the Chinese, at least in large part. The eco is really the thing that gets them such a big advantage, and I think as I become a better player, I'll actually be able to leverage that advantage a lot better. So we're currently on 21 seconds of idle time, which is pretty decent. Mongol player is on 0, very, very nice. And we are roughly the same elo. My opponent is a little bit less than me at 1374. We are currently at 1417. Putting down a house and our lumber camp. We've pulled in our first boar. My opponent has done the same. Very decent and regular stuff we're seeing for the Dark Age. Nobody's losing random vills to boars. So well played from us all. As you can see, my TC idle time went up a bunch, 34 seconds. That's pretty bad. It's probably the most difficult thing about Chinese is just making sure you keep your TC working for that first little bit of the game. Because every time you get TC idle time, you are losing the one bonus that this Civ has. And that's starting with early vills. So not very good for me, a little bit shaky there. Not enjoying that look so far. Oh, looks like we had a pause. I forgot about that. Now we're gonna go check the chickens. There is no deer on this map. I've gotten a little bit better at taking chickens on Arabia. I didn't really know what time to go for them for the longest time. I finally got something that works out. Basically, when I usually would mill the berries, I mill the chickens, and then I send 2 more villagers. When I'm playing the Chinese especially, I send 2 more vills over to take the chickens. When I'm playing another Civ, I usually just keep 2 vills over there to start, just because I don't quite have the food numbers down. I don't have it optimized to hit exactly 500 food. Now we have clicked up to feudal age. My opponent clicked up a lot sooner. That is the power of the Mongols. So he's going up with a 19 pop and I'm on a 21 pop now. Again, TC idle time's not looking too good. My opponent has a little bit, so we're not too terribly behind, but definitely something I hope to get better at. Or maybe one day I just decide, tomorrow, I decide, nah, Chinese just aren't it, and go back to the Civs I was playing before. More cavalry-centric Civs and ones with less, I guess, options. Not exactly sure. The difference there, let's speed this up along really quick, because nothing's really going to happen for the first little while. Opponent gets his stable down very quickly. He's going to start pumping out those scouts. No? Oh, scouts are not coming out any time recently. I wonder if it's because it was a chicken map and he's just not used to that. He did go take his chickens. Okay, a scout cavalry is now coming out. But I've already got 2 scout cavalry myself, and I came up a little bit later. We're pretty happy with that. I'm gonna play a little bit defensively here for the first little part, just because my opponent did come up before me. Getting up on the scout numbers. I'm up to 5? No, 4 and a scout. Sorry, 4 and a spear, just guarding my woodline, and my opponent is currently on 3 scouts. And wow, that's some TC idle time from my opponent. He's getting fully walled in there. I definitely have a very large advantage at this point. 5 vills up is crazy. We also have horse collar for all these farms, which is definitely nice, leading into Castle Age. And we're gonna keep defense until we get ourselves fully walled. Or at least walled in the most part. Now I do head forward with a couple of scouts. I've got 5 to my opponent's 4. He does have a spear as well. We're going to try to harass him in his base. Luckily for him, he is fully walled, so we're just gonna start dealing some damage and trying to keep him honest. He does come forward to deal some damage to me, but he's not seeing that I'm still open over here. So I might have a chance to do some counter damage, which he's definitely gonna need to do. He's going to be a little bit behind on that TC idle time. Looks like he might be able to catch these vills on the berries. I haven't moved them in time. 4 scouts is a lot. I'm going to lose one. Oh, I blocked my own vill. Not quite. Oh, this isn't looking too good. Okay, he's losing his scouts. We're good. We haven't lost a vill just yet. And we have taken down one of his scouts, which is super duper nice. And we're able to push him off and finish up walling. Now, because I didn't go as intensive with the walls right away. Ooh, that's a lot of TC idle time for me. He's almost caught up. I do have a little bit more on farming. We're at 18 while my opponent is at 11, so we're looking pretty good with food res. We're actually getting fairly close to Castle Age. We just need to get some mining started, yep, on our gold miners. Looking to try and finish off these cav and not take too much damage from the spearmen, though we will quickly collapse on him here. Oh, we'll lose that scout, didn't move him away quick enough. 5 scouts is still plenty to be threatening to our opponent, even though he is fully walled in. So pretty comfortable so far, feeling pretty good about this. Definitely a lot of TC idle time this game. Which is, I guess it's just a lot of fighting back and forth. So I won't feel too bad about it, but it's definitely something to improve on for both our ends. I'm not really proud to see that much TC idle time for me. There's been a couple of times where I've hit Castle Age with almost 0 TC idle time, and those are the games I feel really good about, but maybe just a little bit too much action inside my base. Maybe I need to get those walls up a little bit sooner. Problem is I just want to get so many more farms down, you know? And I mean, that's something to be honest about. Look how much food I have. I'm floating way more food than I probably need. So I think what I need to do is put less wood to farms right away and put more wood to just getting walled up early. Because my opponent's actually pretty close to hitting Castle Age by the time I just hit it. Bunch of spears walking forward. I'm not too scared of spears. They're not really good at killing villagers. So I'm kind of okay with him walking around forward with these. I'll let my spears fight him off a little bit. Try and get some chip damage back themselves. We are exploring the map extensively with auto scout just because I'm not good enough to do that myself. At least not with this many scouts. It's funny that they go and explore my corner of the map first. Although, hey, I get to see a relic. So it's not the worst thing in the world. And we are going to be able to get these walls finished. Oh, I didn't see it. Then the spearmen walk in, which is very annoying. Very, very frustrating. We're on our way up to Castle Age. Now, this is something I'm very proud of, is I decided, you know what, we're going to go for archers. I actually do this quite often against Mongol players, just because archers are really good against steppe lancers, which is a unit that Mongol players like to go for. And archers are also fairly decent against, or at least crossbows specifically, sorry. Also fairly decent against Mangudai. So that was my intention. Oh, we might lose a vill here. Ooh, he's so close to being dead. He is able to get away just in time, which is lucky for us. We are going to grab fletching. Castle Age will come up soon, and we'll grab all the other upgrades we need for our archery range. A couple of spears in our base, but we don't care. Oh no, we lost a vill. No, we care now. We are behind in vills, though we are up on res collected by almost 1,000, which is quite insane. That is the Chinese eco there. TC idle times are fairly similar, but the fact that I started with 3 vills is a very big boon for me, even though I have just lost one. Let's see if I keep the rest. I think I'm able to beat up the rest of these spearmen with my vills. One gets real low, but not low enough. She is just fine. So we've killed the forward army, and now we are on 3 triple range crossbow. Crossbowmen coming in. Archers are going to run forward. I think I'm being a little too hasty. I don't typically play a ton of crossbows in Castle Age. So I think I need to keep these archers at home until I get a nice mass of them built up. My opponent has hit Castle Age and is going straight for a second TC. So not a bad decision from him, though he is looking to play potentially rather aggressively. Husbandry coming in quite early. Steppe Lancers are going to be built up and sent forward relatively soon here. I walk forward with my crossbows, only 5. 5's not a lot, especially when there's 5 Steppe Lancers, so not the situation we want to be in. Luckily, the Steppe Lancers don't have all their armor upgrades, so they do go down fairly quickly, but this is definitely not a trade in my favor, so we're going to retreat back our crossbows and try and get them all on this hill to reinforce. My opponent is going to take that nice little victory and try to snowball it. Well, we got a spearman here and maybe enough crossbows to dissuade. That's 1 step lancer down, 2 step lancers down. All right, and I don't think my opponent was making too many more step lancers behind this because he is on 2 town centers with 20 farms. Now, he probably has enough for 1 stable production of step lancers and not 2, if he is obviously keeping those 2 town centers going. I, meanwhile, am on a single town center and 18 farms, which is a lot, but the thing that this does do is it gets me a whole lot of food to potentially go for a fast Imperial Age. Now, that wasn't my intent at first, but when I saw how much food I was banking, I realized, you know what? I think I just go fast imp, sell a bunch of res to get there, and then go for Arbalest. I think I could really catch my opponent with his pants down. I am not aware of the second TC, but I know he's not sending forward a ton of step lancers, so I'm pretty sure he's trying to boom behind this. So my thought process was, let's get a nice bowl of crossbows. We might pick up light cav here at some point, I'm not exactly sure. Ballistics is coming in, which is super important for these crossbows to be extra effective. And we get a large enough bowl of them, we'll be able to click to imp here relatively soon. Whenever that happens, I don't exactly remember the timing. It's probably not for a while, to be honest. I'm just floating a ton of food. I really don't need this many farms. Oh, I need to get better at the game. We're gonna go forward and we're gonna deny this gold over here. My opponent is coming forward with step lancers to try and do some counter damage himself. This is looking pretty good. Scouts are just gonna kind of annoy him and try and draw his attention to 2 different places of his base that he needs to defend, which is gonna give him a whole lot of idle time. Okay, that is walled. He's gonna try and break in over here himself. I am putting some house walls behind it, and I have enough crossbows to potentially dissuade him from trying to break into my base, though there's gonna be some opportunities potentially here if I chop through these trees. Scouts are going down to a lone step lancer. Frustrating, I didn't catch that right away. Ooh, a TC's going up if I were standing right here. Oh, I could deny, well, maybe not deny it, but I could kill so many vills. That would be so good. That would have completely balanced out our ecos. He does get in with step lancers. I think he's killed 2 vills so far, but I have enough crossbows to probably clean this up. So our attentions are divided. That was a good play from him. He's able to get the TC up because he was attacking me from behind. The step lancers are all but taken care of. I'm gonna go for the second TC myself. All right, lots and lots of multitasking going on here. I do see my res situation and how much food I have, so I decide to sell that. And we're gonna click up to Imperial Age right away, which is gonna be super duper handy. Let's see if we click it, whenever that happens. Oh. It's not gonna happen for a while. Lots of TC idle time from my opponent, which is looking pretty good for us. Though he is on 3 town centers, so it's easier to accumulate said TC idle time. Where's that Imperial Age? Come on now. Imp. What in the world am I doing? Am I just working my economy? Man, it's always so embarrassing to go back and watch yourself play sometimes. I need imp! Click it! Bow saw, but no imp. Are you kidding? Oh, it hurts. I mean, I'm keeping him off the gold, so that is a big win so far. For being honest. I just really want to see the income. Why did I sell all that food for? I've almost mined enough at this point. Come on, man. This is the longest time I've ever taken to click imp. I literally did the whole selling and everything. All right, these crossbows are gonna get cleared up. We denied him gold for quite a long time, so pretty happy with that. But they will go down. They fought decently well. Fairly happy with their ability, and we do finally hit imp. Dude, if I had clicked imp when I used my market, I'd be in it by now. I would have been up to imp by now. Man, I am frustrated by that. Oh, Wolf might be able to kill one of my crossbows here. Holy cow, I play so slow. I was so proud of this game too. Third TC finally coming down. Imperial Age is on its way. My opponent is absolutely starved of resources, so we are still in a very good position. But by golly, could we be in an even better one? Yeah, I really should be pressuring this stone. I should have... Man, I just want to play this game again. I want to go back and play it again. There's so many things I feel like I could have improved on. But we're getting our crossbow numbers back up. We're bringing them home to keep them safe from the Step Lancer mass. And we are looking to get the Arbalest upgrade up pretty quickly here. So, man, was that the slowest imp I've ever clicked in my life. Very frustrated by that. I don't know what I was doing behind it. Obviously some fights over here. Another mass of crossbows lost, which is super unfortunate. We're gonna come back to this TC. I think my opponent will try to come forward, press his advantage. I've lost a whole lot of military for no good reason, which is very frustrating. But Imperial Age does come in. Happy to see it. I grabbed chemistry right away. Though I think more important than chemistry would be Arbalest. I think I should have clicked that first. Crossbows are still on their way out. Arbalest is on its way. It just hasn't been started yet. There it goes. Wow, only a 50-second tech. That's really fast. And I think my opponent is going to be in panic mode because he doesn't have anything to necessarily deal with my Imperial Age. He's thrown down a castle. And it looks like he may be going for some skirmishers of his own. But I've got almost 30 crossbows here. And they are now Arbalest. And chemistry's right behind it. We're gonna walk forward. Ha! I forgot about Bracer for the longest time, but I do eventually get Bracer here too. We're gonna walk forward. My opponent is gonna be placing a castle. Man, if I'd kept walking, I would have denied it. Isn't that something? Did I see it? I think I saw it too. There's the foundation. I could have denied it. I guess I wanted to defend my own castle that I was dropping on him, on his face. Bummer. I'm not too scared of the Step Lancers. I have enough TCs to defend my villagers. Oh no, a monk dies for no reason. That was bad for me. I can't believe I was proud of this game, man. Watching it back, it's so sloppy. Monk could have grabbed the relic and gotten under the TC. Arbalest could have had twice as many numbers. I could have denied a castle. Could have been up to imp 4 like minutes earlier. So much could have been different this game if I were just better. But it goes to show how you just need to keep playing, keep practicing. You can improve and improve and improve. It does make me feel good in the sense that I have a long ways to potentially go. Now my opponent has really nothing to handle this. He is trying to do some raiding himself, but those Step Lancers just do not have the tankiness to arrows to really harm any kind of eco raid-wise. See what my opponent has gone for. We have a second castle. A bunch of archery ranges coming up, but not a lot of skirmishers are coming out just yet. There they are now. I got some rocket carts down because I was suspecting, I mean, he's got to come up with a counter for these Ardalists at some point. I was expecting onagers, or not, maybe not onagers, but mangonels at the very least. And I think Arbalists actually probably counter those fairly well. So the other option was skirmishers, which rocket carts do fairly fine against. We're just gonna start clearing out our opponent's base slowly but surely. Man, if this isn't the lowest rated 1400 elo game you've ever seen. Kill some farms for no reason because there's nothing else to do. Lots of skirms are here, but they do not have, they only got other upgrades actually. Maybe, oh, ballistics just came in, so there's not gonna be too bad. So 30 Arbalists is gonna be a little bit more tricky to deal with. I have a whole bunch of them at home too. I'm gonna lose a couple for free there to the TC. Trebs do finish off that town center. Probably need a couple more rocket carts, but I've yet to see his skirmisher mass. Gonna be putting down a panic castle here behind the TC. I don't know that that's gonna do much since I already have the Trebs out, but you really need is something to kill the Trebs. Cavalry potentially. Or siege onager, something of that. Potential. We're gonna be taking down the castle here pretty soon. Here comes the engage against the skirmishers. Not yet. No engagement just yet. There's so many Trebs on the field, there's so many Arbalists on the field, and I have a siege weapon. There's just not much he can do. Oh, Mangadai have the bonus against the rocket cart, so Mangadai Skirm could probably work here. Skirm to fight all of the Arbalest, Mangadai to snipe the siege. Honestly, that would be an absolutely great comp. He has enough castles and ranges for it, but I am starting to take out the castle production. And we're feeling pretty good about this. Bunch of Vills coming forward to put down yet another castle, claim the hill that he's about to lose. That one does go down, and he does call the GG. Maybe a little early, but I do have a much higher score than him, so I totally understand why. I think he should have tried at least one engagement with his army to see if maybe he could pull out a victory against, at least in that battle. So either way, I was a little bit more proud of that one, mainly just because I went for archers for the first time in a while instead of staying on just knights. Though, man, there's some glaring problems with my play. Definitely need to try and improve on those somewhat myself. So either way, struggling, learning the game, feeling a little bit better every time, but watching back your replays could definitely be a humbling experience. Hopefully you did enjoy, though. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you later.